Spinal Tap is probably the first and arguably the greatest of the mockumentary series, produced and directed by Rob Reiner, who stars in it. It's the story of a British heavy metal band. You see there's Harry Shearer, Michael McKean, Chris Guest. They formed Spinal Tap, and they are on their tour of America. But the tour has problems. And like a good mockumentary, we get to see the tour and the final degradation of that tour, and we get to talk to the members of the band along the way as they explain or try to explain what's going on. And then there's an interesting rift in the middle of it. But again, this is the first of the mockumentary style, the first of the improvised style, where they just created characters. They had an idea of where the story was going to go, and they just kind of riffed. And to me, this is the gold standard of the improvised movie. And I'm excited to take my daughter to see it. She knows very little of it, and the music. Yeah, I've got to talk about the music is just incredible. Not just the quality of the music, but the lyrics to the music as well. So this really has it all.
Well, look, I love This Is Spinal Tap. Christopher Guest as Nigel, right? Went on to do Waiting for Guffman. Best in Show is so great. A Mighty Wind. He's got a whole resume of these mockumentaries, fake. It's documentary style that tells a story. Best in Show is amazing. But so he's sort of in that world, and he's great. So I don't know. They're talking about This Is Spinal Tap too, right?
Yeah, this is kind of the lead into it. To get the original out there before the sequel comes out.
And you know what that'll do? It'll help the sales of This Is Spinal Tap, newly released in a 4K version. Hollywood is just, and first of all, I'm happy this is coming out. I saw Monty Python's Holy Grail like a month or so ago. I love the older films coming out, but what it does is remind me how much modern things suck. Modern comedies. We'll see with Naked Gun. I've seen some things that I'm a little concerned about that movie.
Yeah.
But all this does is remind people that films that are older were better. And there's certain movies like Apocalypse Now or other like comedies that could not be made today.
Or not made in the way that they were made originally. You cannot make Apocalypse Now the way they made it. It would be CG heavy.
Yes, and it would suck. So
yeah, like I said, it's weird, but again, taking my daughter to the movies. I can't take her to see a current film anymore. She doesn't want to see these things, but she will see anything made before the year 2000, and that just shows you how far we've regressed to today. And Jurassic World Rebirth is a great example of that.